There's a piece of footage, buried in the archives, hidden in the vaults, a moment captured during Michael Jackson's final rehearsals that only a handful of people have ever seen. A dance move so dangerous, so difficult, so absolutely insane that Michael Jackson, the greatest dancer who ever lived, did it once during rehearsal and never attempted it again. Not during the tour, not in the documentary, not even in subsequent rehearsals. Once, and then it was gone. Why? What was this move? Where is the footage? And why was it so extraordinary that even Michael Jackson, a man who defied physics on stage, knew he couldn't do it again? Today, we're revealing the deleted rehearsal footage, the move that shocked everyone in the room, and the reason it disappeared from history. Let's get into it. June 2009, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Michael Jackson is in the final weeks of rehearsals for the This Is It tour, 50 shows that would have been the biggest comeback in music history. Cameras are rolling, hundreds of hours of footage being captured, Michael rehearsing, directing, perfecting every detail. The plan was simple: use this footage for archival purposes, so Michael could review his performances, so the production team could analyze lighting, choreography, camera angles. Nobody knew this footage would become a documentary. Nobody knew Michael would die weeks later. Nobody knew this would be the last footage of the King of Pop ever captured. But hidden in those hundreds of hours is a moment, a brief, extraordinary moment that didn't make it into the This Is It documentary. During a rehearsal of one of Michael's classic songs, and we'll reveal which one, Michael attempted a move that left his dancers, his crew, and everyone watching absolutely stunned. It was a move that combined everything Michael was known for: the spins, the balance, the defiance of gravity, but taken to an extreme that seemed impossible. Michael nailed it, once, perfectly, and then he stopped, caught his breath, and never did it again. The cameras captured it, the crew witnessed it, but the footage was deemed too risky to include in the documentary. Why? Because showing Michael pulling off an impossible move during rehearsal would raise an obvious question. Why didn't he do it during the actual tour? And the answer to that question, it's heartbreaking. So what was the move? According to multiple sources who were in the room during those rehearsals, the move happened during a run-through of Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal is already one of Michael's most physically demanding performances. The lean, the spins, the sharp, rapid-fire choreography. It's exhausting just to watch. But during this particular rehearsal, Michael added something new, something he'd apparently been working on privately, something nobody expected. Here's the description from people who saw it. Michael went into the iconic anti-gravity lean, the 45-degree angle that seems to defy physics. But instead of coming out of it the normal way, he transitioned directly into a full spin while still leaned forward. Think about that for a second. You're leaning at a 45-degree angle, your entire body weight supported by a mechanism in your shoes and the floor. And then, while maintaining that angle, you spin. The physics alone seem impossible. The core strength required is inhuman. The balance needed is incomprehensible. But Michael did it. One full rotation, maybe two, depending on which account you believe, while leaned at an angle that shouldn't allow for any movement at all. The room went silent, then erupted. Dancers were screaming, crew members were applauding, people were looking at each other like, did that just happen? Michael came out of the move, stood up, and smiled. That classic Michael Jackson smile that said, "Yeah, I just did that." But then something changed. His smile faded. He put his hands on his knees. He was breathing hard, really hard. Kenny Ortega, the director, rushed over. "Michael, you okay?" Michael nodded, but people in the room said he looked exhausted, more than usual, like that one move had taken everything out of him. And here's the key moment. Michael said something to Kenny, quietly, not loud enough for most people to hear. But those who were close have reported what he said. "I can't do that every night." So why couldn't Michael do it again? The simple answer? His body couldn't handle it. Michael Jackson was 50 years old during those rehearsals, and while he was still an incredible performer, his body wasn't what it used to be. The autopsy report revealed that Michael had arthritis in his lower spine and hands. He had lung inflammation. He was severely underweight at 136 pounds. His body was breaking down. And a move like the spinning lean, that required perfect physical condition, core strength, balance, endurance. Michael might have been able to pull it off once in a controlled rehearsal setting, with adrenaline and determination pushing him through. But doing it 50 times, 50 shows over several months, every single night, impossible. Michael knew it. The production team knew it. That's why the move disappeared. But here's where it gets even more tragic. Sources say that after Michael did the move, there was a meeting. Kenny Ortega, the choreographers, the medical staff on site, they all discussed it, and the consensus was clear. Michael shouldn't attempt that move again. It was too risky, too physically demanding, too dangerous given his condition. But nobody wanted to tell Michael he couldn't do something. So instead, they adjusted the choreography. They simplified certain sections of Smooth Criminal. They made sure Michael could conserve energy during the more demanding numbers. Michael went along with it, but people who were there said he seemed disappointed, like he knew what was happening, like he knew his body was betraying him. And that footage, the one moment where Michael Jackson pulled off an impossible move one last time, was quietly archived. When This Is It was being edited, the filmmakers had a choice. They could include the spinning lean footage, show the world that even at 50, even in declining health, Michael Jackson could still do things nobody else could. Or they could cut it, and they cut it. Why? Because it raised too many questions. If Michael could do that move in rehearsal, why didn't he do it in the tour? Oh wait, there was no tour. Michael died before it started. If Michael was healthy enough to pull off impossible moves, why did he die weeks later? Oh wait, he wasn't healthy. He was being kept alive with dangerous medications. If Michael was capable of that level of performance, why were people concerned about his ability to do 50 shows? Oh wait, they were right to be concerned. He couldn't have done it. The spinning lean footage didn't fit the narrative of the documentary. This Is It was meant to be a celebration, a tribute, a showcase of Michael's genius and his readiness for the comeback. Including footage of Michael doing an impossible move once and then never again would have undermined that narrative. It would have shown the cracks, the struggle, the reality that Michael's body was failing him, so it was cut. The footage exists, somewhere in the vaults, locked away with hundreds of other hours of material that the public will likely never see. The people who were in that room, the dancers, the crew, the production team, they remember. Some of them have talked about it in interviews, carefully, without giving away too much, because they're bound by NDAs and they don't want to betray Michael's legacy, but they remember the moment. Dancer Travis Payne, who worked closely with Michael on the This Is It choreography, has hinted at rehearsal moments that were beyond anything Michael had done before. Moments that didn't make the documentary. He's talked about Michael pushing himself to physical limits that were dangerous, about the team having to pull him back, about Michael wanting to prove he still had it, even when his body was saying otherwise. Other crew members have described similar scenes, Michael doing things in rehearsal that left everyone speechless. And then the reality setting in that those moments couldn't be sustained over a full tour. The spinning lean wasn't the only deleted moment, but according to multiple sources, it was the most spectacular. It was the moment that reminded everyone in that room that they were watching a legend, even in decline, even struggling, even fighting against a body that couldn't keep up with his mind. Michael Jackson could still do things that defied belief. He just couldn't do them 50 times. So, will this footage ever be released? Probably not. The Michael Jackson estate controls the archives. They decide what gets released and what stays locked away. And given the sensitive nature of the This Is It rehearsals, the fact that they show Michael in declining health, struggling at times, being pushed to limits his body couldn't handle, the estate has been very careful about what they allow the public to see. The This Is It documentary was heavily edited to show Michael at his best, to preserve his legacy as the greatest performer of all time. Releasing footage of the spinning lean would complicate that narrative. It would show Michael's brilliance, yes, but it would also show his limitations, his mortality, the fact that even legends have breaking points. So for now, the footage remains hidden, a piece of history that only a few people got to witness live. But those who were there, they'll never forget it. The moment Michael Jackson did the impossible, one last time. So there it is. Michael Jackson's deleted rehearsal footage, the spinning lean, the move he did once and never again, a moment of pure genius, and a heartbreaking reminder that even the king of pop was human. The footage exists somewhere, and maybe one day we'll get to see it. But until then, we have the testimonies, the stories, the memory of people who witnessed Michael Jackson defy gravity one final time. What do you think? Should this footage be released? Do we have a right to see Michael at his most vulnerable and his most brilliant? Let me know in the comments below. And if this story gave you chills, smash that like button and subscribe to King of Pop for more untold stories about Michael Jackson's final days and the moments that never made it to the screen. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. The King of Pop forever. Even the moments we'll never see. Peace.